With some greetings. I bring you greetings not only from my countrymen, but from one of your countrymen. Some of you know Ye Yong, who was a student here. He graduated from Fudan and became a teacher of English at this university. Now he is at Harvard University in the United States, where he is studying for a doctorate in comparative literature. My staff spoke to him before he left. Mr. Ye wants you to know he's doing fine. He's working hard on his spring term papers, and his thoughts turn to you often. He asked me to deliver a message to his former students, colleagues, friends, and family. He asked me to say for him, and I hope I can, Wo Xiang Yan Da Jia. He wants you to know that he looks forward to returning to Fudan to teach, and President Xie. He said to tell you he misses your friendship and encouragement, and Mr. Ye says you are a very great woman and a great educator. You will be proud to know that he received straight A's last term, and when we congratulated him, he said, I have nothing to be proud of myself. I am so proud of my university. I'd like to say a few words about our China-U.S. educational exchange programs. It's not entirely new, this exchanging of students. Your president, Xie, earned a degree from Smith College in the United States. Smith is also my wife Nancy's alma mater. And President Xie also attended MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, one of our greatest universities of science, engineering, and technology. But in the past few years, our two countries have enjoyed an explosion in the number of student exchanges. 5 years ago, you numbered your students studying abroad in the hundreds. Since then, 20,000 Chinese scholars have studied throughout the world, and more than half of them have come to American schools. More than 100 American colleges and universities now have educational exchanges with nearly as many Chinese institutions. We have committed more resources to our Fulbright program in China than in any other country. 2 of the American professors teaching here at Fudan are Fulbright professors, and there are 20 American students studying with you, and we're very proud of them. American students come to China to learn many things. How you monitor and predict earthquakes, how you've made such strides in researching the cause and treatment of cancer. We have much to learn from you in neurosurgery and in your use of herbs and medicine. And we welcome the chance to study your language, your history, and your society. You, in turn, have shown that you are eager to learn, to come to American schools and study electronics and computer sciences, math and engineering, physics, management, and the humanities. We have much to share in these fields, and we're eager to benefit from your curiosity. Much of this sharing is recent, only 5 years old, but the areas of our mutual cooperation continue to expand. We've already agreed to cooperate more closely in trade, technology, investment, and exchanges of scientific and managerial expertise. And we have just concluded an important agreement to help advance our technological and economic development through the peaceful use of nuclear energy. That term, peaceful use of nuclear energy, is key. Our agreement rests upon important principles of non-proliferation. Neither of our countries will encourage nuclear proliferation nor assist any other country to acquire or develop any nuclear explosive device. We live in a troubled world, and the United States and China, as 2 great nations, share a special responsibility to help reduce the risks of war. We both agree that there can be only one sane policy to preserve our precious civilization in this modern age. A nuclear war cannot be won and must never be fought. And no matter how great the obstacles may seem, we must never stop our efforts to reduce the weapons of war. we must never stop at all until we see the day when nuclear arms have been banished from the face of this earth. With peaceful cooperation as our guide, the possibilities for future progress are great. For example, we look forward to exploring with China the possibilities of cooperating in the development of space on behalf of our fellow citizens. Our astronauts have found that by working in the zero-gravity environment of space, we will be able to manufacture life-saving medicines with far greater purity and efficiency, medicines that will treat diseases of heart attack and stroke that afflict millions of us. We will learn how to manufacture factor VIII, a rare and expensive medicine used to treat hemophiliacs. We can research the beta cell, which produces insulin and which could provide mankind's first permanent cure for diabetes. New satellites can be launched for use in navigation, weather forecasting, broadcasting, and computer technology. We already have the technology to make the extraordinary commonplace. We hope to see the day when a Chinese scientist working out an engineering problem in Fudan will be able to hook into the help of a scientist at a computer at MIT, and the scientist in Boston will be able to call on the expertise of the scientist in Shanghai, and all of it in a matter of seconds. My young friends, this is the way of the future. By pooling our talents and resources, we can make space a new frontier of peace. Your government's policy of forging closer ties in the free exchange of knowledge has not only enlivened your economy, it has opened the way to a new convergence of Chinese and American interests. You have opened the door, and let me assure you that ours is also open. All of this is particularly exciting in light of the recent history of our two countries. For many years, there was no closeness between us, and the silence took its toll. A dozen years ago, it began to change. Together, we made it change. And now in the past 5 years, your policy of opening to the outside world has helped us begin to know each other better than we ever have before. But that process has just begun. To many Americans, China is still a faraway place, unknown, unseen, and fascinating. And we are fascinated. I wonder if you're aware of the many ways China has touched American life. The signs of your influence and success abound. If I were spending this afternoon in Washington, I might look out the window and see a man and woman strolling along Pennsylvania Avenue, wearing Chinese silk. They might be on their way to our National Portrait Gallery to see the Chinese art exhibit. And from there, perhaps they would stroll to our National Gallery to see the new building designed by the Chinese-American architect I.M. Pei. After that, they might end their day dining in a restaurant that serves Chinese cuisine. We associate China with vitality, enormous vitality, and something that doesn't always go along with that: subtlety. The subtlety of discerning and intelligent minds. Premier Zhao saw something of the American attitude toward China when he visited us in January. He said after a few days in our country that he never expected such profound feelings of friendship among the American people for the Chinese people.